I never thought we'd say we lit the family farm on fire, but here we are. This all started when several times we saw other farmers lighting pieces of their farm on fire. Some of those fires were significantly large, and living much of our lives in California, where on average about 7.5 million acres are burned from wildfires, and knowing people who have had that devastation happen to them, this was even more concerning to us. I'm sure there's got to be good reason for starting such fires. Burning removes the dry plants on the soil's surface. In addition, it destroys unwanted weeds. It also opens up the land to make it easier for the plants to grow that the farmer's trying to plant. Any of the organic material on top of the soil, a lot of times those dead plants will slowly decompose and give nutrients to the soil over a long period of time. That's going to get burned. The second one, and the most obvious one, is if it gets out of control, you could kill anything that burns, and even anything that doesn't burn could be damaged. The third negative is smoke. Terrible to breathe in and pollutes the air. But the big question is, can burning even be done in a way that's not super risky? In order to execute a safe burn, farmers go into it with a plan. Typically, a fire can be controlled if it doesn't have much fuel in order to continue burning. Farmers will have areas such as a dirt area, an area that's already burned, or an area that's green. When fire reaches these areas, it usually stops. Wind is also a major factor. The direction the wind's going is the direction the fire is going to want to go, and it's not going to want to go against that wind. You do have to be careful because wind can change directions at different times. It turns out that with a careful plan, you can be safe. If you don't clear out the brush in a ditch, you could end up with clogs around culverts or pipes or other places where it gets narrow and there's not a whole lot of space for the water. We have a ditch with a bunch of brush in it. Soon, that ditch will fill up with water, irrigation water. Several of the surrounding farms were burning in a ditch area, and it looks like that's something that we should be doing on our farm.
Try not to burn the whole property down.
I'll try not to.
Or worse, our neighbors.
Hopefully we have enough hoses to reach the front of the property. We want to be safe about burning our property for the first time.
See that red piece? It's trying to grow an apple.
What is it?
It's a flower.
It's a flower?
There's bees like this.
They love these.
I'm not gonna lie, this makes me nervous. We're literally lighting the farm on fire.
Do you know how to use this thing?
us, we started in a smaller area that was downwind, but we used smaller fires at first in order to know that we could contain an area. And then later on, we got more aggressive when there was green on one side, dirt on the other, and downwind was already burnt area that wouldn't light on fire again. When the water was turned on, we were told there was no clogs. The person who was looking at it said it was easier than some of the other properties they had went through. That was satisfying and felt good.